thought that football was a very important game, but I never realized until today just how important it is.
Hello everybody and welcome to Talk THFC and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And in today's video we are going to be discussing, well actually let's just put it simple, reviewing the transfer window that Tottenham Hotspur had this summer with incomings and outgoings. So let's get straight into this. And yes guys, let's just get straight into this transfer window review with the incomings. So the incomings Tottenham Hotspur had were Christian Romero, Emerson, Brian Hill, Pierluigi Golini and Papi Matarsar. So we're just going to start with Brian Hill, and to be fair, good signing for the future. Brian Hill, happy with that signing. Of course, a swap deal with Eric Lamela there for that signing. Happy with the signing. Really young player that has just bags of potential in him, just absolute bags of potential. So just a brilliant player. So happy that we've actually signed him, because not that long ago he was valued at 100 million euros, so, and we got him for 25 million plus Eric Bloody Lamela. But yeah, moving on to Pierluigi Golini. He is a backup goalkeeper who we replaced Hart with. So Hart was 34, Golini's 26, so 100% improvement there. Just shows the way we are trying to build. The rebuild is officially in commence, but the way we are going, we're trying to get rid of, because going into this season we had the 5th oldest squad in the Premier League and now we have the 5th youngest. That just tells you something. Golini, good backup keeper, but when Lloris leaves, I think he could be our number 1. Of course, he was signed with a loan with an obligation to buy if he has 15 games. So at the moment it's just a loan, but it's an obligation to buy for 15 million euros if he has played 15 games. Moving on to Christian Romero. What a signing this man is, honestly. What a signing Christian Romero is. He's just absolutely brilliant, Christian Romero. Basically, what he is a centre back. I hope he's all know what. I think he's a right-sided centre back. We signed him on loan from Atalanta with an obligation to buy for £42 million. Brilliant centre back, one of the best in the world in my opinion. He's definitely clear Ben White, who Arsenal signed. So 100% a brilliant signing Christian Romero is. What a signing we've got ourselves here, guys. He's only 23 as well, so he's going to have bags potential to improve. Personally, in the season I would start him beside Sanchez, not there. Him and Sanchez could actually complement each other and stuff, do good. And moving on to the next bit of signing that we signed is Papi Matarsar from Metz. We signed the man for I think £5 million, 10 million euros, and Papi Matarsar is signed from Metz, but he's went back to Metz on loan for this season, so not really that much I can say about him. One for the future, definitely. We've replaced him with Sissoko. I'll get on to Sissoko in a minute, but yeah, so not that much I can say about him. And moving on to our final signing, which is Christian Romero from Atalanta. No, oh my God, not Christian Romero. What am I talking about, guys? Sorry about that. It's Emerson Royal from Barcelona. Basically, he's a right back. We replaced him with Serge Aurier. We signed him from Barcelona. Good young right back, has potential. Just so many good potential this guy has in him. So definitely one for the future. Like most of our signings have been, all of our signings have been below the age of 24, I think. So yeah, well, apart from Golini, the rest all have. So another signing that is good, to be honest. You know, Emerson Royal. It's gonna be him and Tanganga competing for that right back spot, or Nuno could even change Tanganga to a right sided centre back, play Romero on the left. But yeah. So yes, guys, moving on to outgoings. First outgoing we had was Toby Alderweireld. He left for a guitar team in I think it was called Al-Duhal. So he left. He was absolutely a club legend at this club. So got to see him go, but replaced him with Christian Romero. So good bit of business from Paratici and Levy there. Moving on to Moussa Sissoko, who joined at Watford for I believe it was 10 million euros. Though I can't remember. It might have been 10 million pound, but so Moussa Sissoko joins Watford. He also played against us in our last game against Watford there, when we beat him 1-0. He actually had a good game against us, but that's not the point. The player we needed to see go, of course, we replaced him with Papi Sarr. a player we needed to see go, and I'm happy he's left. Moving on to Serge Aurier, who was released from his contract. So no fee there. He basically came up to Spurs and asked, can I terminate my contract? And then Spurs clearly granted that wish. So happy with that one. We replaced him with Emerson Royale, in case you guys were wondering. So yeah, happy with that one. Yeah. Moving on to Johan Foyth. He was on loan at Villarreal last season, and Villarreal decided to use their exercise option they had, where they could buy him if they wanted, but they had an option to buy, and they decided to use it. So Villarreal ended up signing Johan Foyth, so we let him go. You know, player that never really fitted in with us. Of course, he was a patch signing back in the day when Patch was the manager. He was a patch signing, and he's went, of course, from Argentina, like Maurizio Pochettino. But yeah, moving on to Joe Hart, we replaced him with Pierluigi Golini. So yeah, at Joe Hart 34, Golini 26. I'm really happy about one. Of course, Joe Hart moved to Celtic for, I think it was £1 million. I think it was about €2 million. So happy with that bit of business from Paratici and Levy. Also Hitchin as well. Let's not leave Steve Hitchin out, Dick. So yeah, happy with that one. Of course, a player that probably needed to leave. Of course, when we brought in Pierluigi Golini, you knew that Joe Hart was probably leaving. And moving on to our last departure, which was Eric Lamela. Of course, he went to Sevilla in a swap deal with Brian Hill. So Brian Hill was obviously his replacement. So happy with that one. You know, Eric Lamela needed to leave, and we also replaced him with a really young talent in Brian Hill. We replaced him with, so Eric Lamela, happy he's went as well. So you know, oh yeah, one more departure that happened was Danny Rose went to Watford after we released him from his contract. So yeah, club legend obviously. Danny Rose joined, I think it was 2008 he joined, had that screamer versus Arsenal in his first game. But yeah, and also there were players released from the contracts like Paolo Gazzaniga, Jubro Okintena, Dennis Sirkin, TJ Yuma, George March, Jack Rolls, Sterling, Tracy, Skinner, Assington, Ferguson, Cooper, Richards, Whitaker, and Carrington were all released from the contract. So all the young players, apart from Gazzaniga, we all know who he was. He was released from his contract, and all them other players I mentioned were released from the contracts as well. So yeah, guys, that has been the transfer window review. Now, before we end the video, I have to give my transfer window rating. In incomings, I'm gonna give it a 7. You know, we got replaced positions that we needed to replace, but I also think we could have signed an attacking midfielder, and also attacking midfielder and possibly another centre midfielder. So we could have done a bit better in incomings, but all in all, I'm happy because of this rebuild. It's going to take time. On departure, I'm going to give it a 9.5. We did get rid of about 6 Deadwood players, so we done what we really needed to do this window, get rid of Deadwood. Of course, we haven't replaced them all, but we've replaced some of them, like replacing, for example, Joe Hart with Pierluigi Golini, Eric Lamela with Brian Hill. So happy with 100%, definitely happy with the outgoings. 7, you know, definitely reasonable for the incomings, so, you know, happy with both of them, to be honest. And all in all, in the window, I'm going to give this window a 7.5 out of 10. As I just said, incomings were alright. You know, we could have done a bit better, but this rebuild's going to take time. There's definitely going to be, I would be hoping that there would be signings in January, but that's for a completely different video. And also with the outgoings, just really pleased with the outgoings as well. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this Spurs transfer window review, then make sure you guys subscribe and hit the post notification bell. So for more Spurs news like this. Well, this wasn't really Spurs news, but you get me. But yeah, so more Spurs news, match reviews, tactical analysis, match previews, predicted lineups, stuff like that. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. And I will see you all in the next video. And as always, come on you Spurs.